What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, my SRT4 is in pieces. I actually blew the motor this past weekend, and by I mean blew my motor, I mean literally I blew a chunk out of the front of the engine and it blew my alternator off the back. So the block is destroyed. I pulled a spark plug and we have contact with piston to spark plug. So likely the head is no good as well. But some good news, I was able to find a used engine. It has 107,000 miles. Sourced it from eBay. I actually was looking at all the eBay engines for, I don't know, probably about a year, because I knew this time was coming. But I did source an engine. Cost me $2,610. Free shipping, free freight shipping. So the 107K engine, 107K mile engine with a matching transmission has all the components on it, from turbo to ECU, half shaft. The axles are cut, but whatever. In addition to that, the wire harness, all the sensors, charge pipes. So I think this is going to be a good swap. It's also a 90-day guarantee, so I'm going to run with it. With that said, as you can see, I have pieces all over the place. I've already started disassembling the shit-ass engine. Everything was literally saturated in oil. Obviously, when you blow a hole in the side of your engine, oil's gonna fly all over the place. So with that said, my engine bay, my exhaust, all the undercarriage is pretty saturated still. I've been cleaning it the last 4 or 5 days now, but it feels like nothing's working. But I will make some progress on this, and I have made some pretty grand progress. I've literally detail cleaned valve cover, because I'm going to reuse that valve cover. All of my intake manifold components, everything that I have shown on the side right here, the radiator is shown over there. It's out of camera view, you can't really see it. I also placed an order of Modern Performance. I have basically all the seals that I need, all the gaskets, a timing belt kit with the Gates timing belt. Plenty of seal, basically everything I need to do to get this rolling. I also am going to make an additional purchase. I'm choosing to take care of a few things while I have the engine out. It's a good opportunity to clean the engine bay, detail everything up. That light just went out. It's a good opportunity to probably change my radiator and my condenser at the same time. So I can just do a quick AC condenser, dryer, maybe some new valve stems for each of the valve ports for the AC system, and just get it recharged as soon as the engine's back in. Nice fresh AC. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. It's really hot here. I would also like to do a Koyo radiator and get a new fan shroud from Modern Performance, just because I'd like to have peak cooling performance. It is very hot. We have one of the hottest climates in the States. So I want to be prepared for that, because it's been taking a beating for many years. The engine died with 203,240 miles. I was at 3.5K RPMs. I had just shifted out of second, wide open throttle, and went into third, 3.5K RPMs. I was floored. It was not happy. So unfortunately, we are in the predicament that we are. But hey, it was actually pretty hilarious. I got a push home from my car crew. Thanks Midnight Society. These guys are pretty cool here in the Valley. My close homies, not just my car crew. These guys are my homies. So I have probably about another week of cleaning, prepping, getting this engine pulled out. Hopefully the engine is here by pallet by that time. Hopefully I get it delivered. Hopefully the other remaining parts get here. I'm still waiting on an exhaust. Wait, no. Oh, shit. I'm waiting on, there's like a special seal that you get from Mitsubishi that matches the SRT4 stock turbo TD04. And instead of using the stock Mopar turbo drain seal, I use the Mitsubishi specific one because it has an O-ring. It just seals way better. Because I want to take this thing to 350,000 miles. So that's my goal. So I need to, like I said, address a few things. Get the last remaining critical little tedious parts. Try to think what else. I'm also going to try and extract my ARP exhaust manifold studs from this engine. I'm hoping it's not going to be a pesky job, but you never know. So if it doesn't work out, I'll have to buy another ARP exhaust stud kit for the manifold side. Yeah, so all I have left right now is, keep slapping the old leg slap. The only things that I have left are axles being removed, half shaft from this engine. I'm gonna have to either pull off my brake rotors and my calipers, set them aside, get everything nice and cleaned up, keep it all to the side, get the axles pulled up during that process. Also need to unbolt my downpipe. I'm just gonna completely remove it and the midsection where the resonator is because unfortunately oil did get all over it. So I'm just gonna address it now, clean it really good. Maybe it'll smoke less on the first startup. I also have to, I guess, open the sealed system for my air conditioning. I have a buddy that can do that for me. He actually can charge my system as well. He's got everything, needed to take care of that process. So I'm going to take advantage of that as well. So yeah, I'm very excited. We're going to get this going. This SRT4 is going to be running better than it ever has. It's been a process since I've owned this car. It's more than a process. I'm going to say it's more like a project. So this car was technically a project I was going to resell when I first bought it, but I fell in love with it and I built it. So I'm $20,000 plus deep into this build. Actually, I'm lying. It's probably more than that now. Probably 22 plus maybe. But hey, I love this car. I own it flat out. The Corvette's a great car. I love that. I'm just gonna drive it around for a short bit until I'm done. I should have this done in like 30 days maybe. Obviously, I don't have the Civic anymore. RIP. That thing was a blast, but move on to bigger, better things. So yeah, we're gonna get this shit fucking sorted. We're going to bust ass. Clean up this engine harness as well too. Make sure there's no oil. We'll use some dielectrical cleaner. There's some cleaner that actually works with electrical wiring connectors and whatnot. It helps just flush and keep everything clean and it's quick dry. Yeah, everything else with the SRT4 as far as suspension, everything is great. Oh, actually one last thing. I'm gonna have to separate this transmission and engine because I did just put a new clutch on it. So I'm not a big fan of the South Bend clutches. This has been one of the worst clutches I've ever bought, but it is new. And I'm just gonna have to repurpose it because I don't feel like spending an extra $1,000 on a new clutch setup when I have one that's working. It just vibrates a little bit, it's whatever. And yes, before you add on to, and yes, I did perform the clutch assembly / clutch installation properly according to Mopar manual. I've actually reinstalled it multiple times trying to get the clutch to stop vibrating, but unfortunately it's just the shitty clutch. It has nothing to do with my work. That said, I've been a mechanic for years. I'm 35 now, so I've been doing this since I was 18 years old. This is just a walk in the park. It's a bit tedious. This is a little bit more tedious than a K24 swap, in my opinion. I can build a K24 swap, get everything swapped in and out. Much cleaner, much quicker, in my opinion. There's a lot less shit to fucking deal with. But on the plus side, the Turbo SRT4, once you get the radiator out, once you deal with all the pesky, tedious fucking components being removed, it's actually not that bad. So we're gonna get this blown 2.4 out of here, and we're gonna fucking run it. Let's get this thing back up to 24 PSI. Nice, healthy, strong SRT4. I'm excited. Oh, one last thing. I've had no red line, so this, I guess I should probably just really quickly include the reason why this blew is because we had a pretty aggressive tune. We accidentally hit a 15 to 16 AFR at 28 PSI end of summer with my tuner, and we over revved 1500. Yes, we revved an SRT4, a stock SRT4 with 200,000 miles to 7,500, like 6 times. So that's why it blew. I would suspect that this thing would still be alive, still be kicking, still rocking perfectly with perfect compression if we didn't do that. But unfortunately, we overstressed the internals, the block specifically, and this is where we're at now. One last thing, I suppose, during the realization that we had reached those type of critical tunes or critical during the time that we realized that we had over-revved, tuned it a little too aggressively, and had some issues with fuel. Obviously, hitting 15 to 16 AFR is pretty serious on a turbocharged vehicle. Compression at the time was 151, like literally perfect across the board. So this thing was healthy at one point, but shit happens. I'm not upset at my tuner. I went with one of the best tuners in the world, in my opinion, for the SRT4 platform. It's Dave Trojan. The guy's the beast. He knows what's up. So I think I've put this on the video multiple times and probably cut this out. We are going to get back to this. I've got a lot of work to do. You can see some of the process here as the video progresses. I'll probably post some more updates here soon. But yeah, I'm just ready to rock this, ready to get this done. I've already invested quite the hours, over the last few days. So wish me luck. Thanks y'all for watching.